Go!
Ready?
Yeah.
Are we in the middle? 안녕하세요. Salivating already, right? Don't worry, I got you covered. I know how hard it is to find a decent marinated raw case seafood in Singapore. Like, you just don't know which brand you can trust, right? What if you buy already, then you eat, you got stomach ache, and then you got diarrhea, and then suddenly need to see doctor? More cost involved. However, what if I told you with K Seafood SG, they guarantee the freshest and most authentic kanjang kejang straight from the shores of Korean seas right to your doorstep. Strictly managed and stamped by Korean Fisheries Association, K Seafood SG products are only farmed and distributed from certified Korean fishery industry. Want to taste this luscious looking buttery and very fragrant kanjang kejang rice at the comfort of your home? Just like us, be confident and order K Seafood today. Remember, it's available on Shopee Singapore, and I'll leave the link in the description box down below. Don't say bonjour, huh? Good.
Wow! This is so nice.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode on my channel, and today, as you see from the title, we are filming a Q&A about the pregnancy. A lot of people have been asking not a lot of questions. I thought we will get a lot more, but it's not that much about pregnancy and how we have been through this journey. So first and foremost, we just want to say thank you so much for all the congratulatory messages that you have always been sending us throughout this whole time. I know we say a lot already, but we are very thankful, and we just hope that you continue to support us through this journey, be it on my YouTube or Notice YouTube or our social media platforms. It will be very great support to us. I wanted to film this video is because I feel like there isn't much video about Korean Singapore baby and pregnancy journey kind of thing, and I'm sure a lot of people in Singapore or even Korea or anywhere else will be curious about like how do we manage this thing, because it's kind of new, right? We wanted to sort of cater this information to you guys. So without further ado, let's dive into the first part. What is the due date of Lyongi? The due date is actually 28th of November 2024. So basically, yes, he is a dragon baby, and we have been trying to have a dragon baby, and if we didn't have... No man? Yeah, but he didn't really want like a snake baby. Yeah, so if we didn't get this year, I mean, of course we'll be thankful we get it next year, but kind of.
I wish it wasn't snake.
Yeah.
That was more correct.
I mean, we're okay with it, but because my family, my dad's zodiac dragon also, my younger sister's a dragon, so I thought like, oh, it'd be nice to have another dragon in the family also. That's the reason why we wanted it. And if we didn't have a miscarriage, we might have a dragon baby also, just that it's much earlier.
Oh yeah.
Kind of. Okay, so anyways, if he fulfilled the full 40 weeks in my body, we born on 28th November, but however, we are not very sure about all this kind of stuff, because there's a lot of beliefs. In Singapore, they say that, oh, if it's your first kid, definitely will come out earlier, but in Korea, sometimes they say it will come out later. So if you guys have some experience or what, maybe you can share in the comment section.
Earlier, usually I thought.
Usually earlier, but why? Is there a reason for that?
I'm not sure, but yeah, I heard a lot of people just say it's earlier. I hardly hear people say it come out later.
Is it? Maybe earlier, but I don't know how much earlier. But a lot of people say you have to start packing your hospital bag early, because who knows, right? Okay. Then a lot of people also ask whether we did like IVF or IUI. I know a lot of people ask that also because we were struggling for very long, and I talk about miscarriage and stuff like that. But very thankfully, not that IVF and IUI is bad, but for us, we didn't have to go all the way there yet. We were almost going there if this time it didn't work. So, but ours was like Lyongi was natural conception. A lot of people have been asking, what is Lyongi? Why do you call it Lyongi? Is it his real name, and what is that? So
in
you
Korea,
don't apply.
It's very common to have a things called as taemyeong, which is the name for you to call the baby before it come out. So it's a nickname before it is registered under the official name. I think it's actually pretty helpful because it's better than calling, hey, hi, how are you? But like when it has a name, it feels like a real human being. So that's, I think, why Koreans do that. So it's very common in Korea. So everyone will have it. If you find any Korean pregnant, you can ask, what's the taemyeong? They will tell you what's the name. Some people will come up with a very simple name like like stick, you know, like just
Contact,
like tak pull means
Yeah,
they just stick on the
glue.
on the womb, like they wish everything goes well. So it's a very like you don't have to be like very nice name. It's a really random name. And then for us, we come up with the Lyongi itself because we weren't sure what to name it. Actually, we don't have a like full idea what to name it. But then because it was a dragon, so we were just thinking what will be the simplest name. And in Korea, dragon is Yong, in Chinese is
Long.
and why don't we just combine it to make it cuter? So we make it
Lyongi.
Yeah, so that's how it come out.
Yeah. So usually sometimes people in Korea, I know like in Korea, people have Taemong. Then because of the Taemong, they name the Taemyeong after the Taemyeong.
Oh yeah. So Korean believe that when you're pregnant, you will have a dream of some weird dreams. Usually it related to the animal or like some kind of plants or fruits. And it can be you or like someone nearby you. It can be family. Yeah. So
the reason why we came up with the name Lyongi. Some
Lyongi.
people was like, are you going to name him Lyongi when he comes out?
No,
He's not going to be Lyongi.
It's a nickname.
Yeah, it's a nickname. Yeah, okay. Now, third question of the basic is, a lot of people have been asking me about my symptoms. I will not talk so much into it because I mentioned it through my Instagram and other videos. During my first trimester, nausea was really, really bad. And I felt like I don't really have a lot of energy, but I feel like it's very similar for a lot of pregnant women out there. Nausea is like, it affects about 80 to 85% of the women. Not everybody have it. But there was a lot of like, oh, if you have nausea, it's very bad, it might be like GERD and stuff like that. But I don't believe in any of that anymore. Because some people also told me don't believe in that crap. But, well, I believe in it, and we were kind of cheated in our own feelings and in our own way. So Lyongi is a boy, but I did have nausea up until about 19 to 20 weeks, until the time I was in Singapore.
But I think this is a little bit biased because she has never been pregnant, so
That's
she will
true.
never know what is the bad symptom.
Yeah.
You know? It's everyone is being biased, I think, because nobody has a very objective
Agree.
data.
Sometimes I feel like it's not so bad because honestly I didn't throw up a lot.
Yeah.
But I heard that like some of my friends that are having girls, they cannot even control what they want to throw out.
That
Yeah,
sounds
so
worse.
that one sounds really bad. I didn't really feel hunger, and I also really wanted to eat a lot of Singapore food, but I really didn't want to eat Korean food. So up until today, I haven't even like.
No, she hardly feels like eating Korean food.
Yeah.
That will be the exact word.
Like,
She still eat, but she won't look for it.
Yeah, true. But there's some stuff that I really don't want, like all the jigaes. I really cannot bring myself to eat it. I can taste it a little bit, like nothing really likes it a lot, but I really just cannot eat it. And I don't really look for meat also at all. That's weird, because some people say, oh, boys eat a lot of meat, but guess not Lyongi. Lyongi is a Singaporean, you know. No, like, just kidding. Second trimester, I feel like I'm a lot hungrier, faster. I eat a lot more.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
More frequent, not more like meals. I feel like compared to before I was pregnant, I eat just a little bit more in my second trimester. I don't know. I feel like I don't eat a lot lah. I think that's the reason why I haven't gained much weight. So up until now, I think I gained about maybe 6 to 7 kg, and we are in our 28th week.
Plus 28
coming to 29 weeks. So basically this week will be our third trimester. So I only can tell you all my symptoms until second trimester. So stay tuned for third trimester symptoms. The next part is something that a lot of people have been asking about. Do you have a clue of what is Lyongi's real name? And how are we going to come up with the name? We talk so much about it.
The concept itself is that so I really think short and simple name is the best, because I have a very simple name, Jang, Hansol, and it's very easy to write on the paper or like any kind of thing. Is very easy. Whereas she has a very long name that is very annoying for herself.
What's my name?
Yeah, just Jeanette. I mean, it's too much of word and it's just too complicated. So,
yeah, in Singapore, in Korea, it's just very hard.
I mean, I think you herself, she introduced herself as Jeanette Ong. She never say my name is Jeanette Ong Semin. It only works for the Singaporean things.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad thing, but I prefer a simple and short name. And she kind of agree with it. So the name will be my surname Jang, and 2-syllable name, which will be very simple, and it sounds easy for English speaking people. So the purpose is not to cater the English people, but like we just want to make a universal name. So wherever this boy go, it won't be a difficult name.
Yeah.
So we thought of like, let's say it's a girl, like for example for a girl, one of the most strongest name was like Chang Jenny, you know, those kind of things.
I also don't know where you come up with Jenny, but we wanted to use a very unique letter. We initially wanted to use Z as the starting.
But Z sounds too behind, so after that we kind of
you know, right? When you in the class, you'll be right at the back lah.
So
that's girl. Then boy leh.
Boy, Hansol is a great name. For example, let's say it's Logan. Nowadays some people name it Logan. Chang Logan. You know, like
Wolverine. Another part of it is I really wanted to be has a Christian meaning and stuff like that. So it was actually not very. We don't have that many names to choose from. For now, we have kind of decided with one name that nobody knows about yet. But until we find a better name, we might change it. But if not, this will be Lyongi's name all the way. So then you will see this name.
And by the way, this is a trend in Korea. So most of the Korean young kids now, the name will be like little bit more universal.
Correct.
Like Jang Seung Chil, you know, like those kind of very hard name. It's kind of like, it sounds very old, I think.
Yeah, then when you introduce yourself, like for example, his name is Hansol, right? It's very hard to introduce as I'm Hansol. He does, but in Singapore he also calls himself Hans because it's just a lot easier to like explain, you know, kind of thing. So that is the clue. So if you guys have any suggestions, maybe you can leave it in the comment section down below. We might consider. That was the first basic part that we wanted to talk about. The second part that I wanted to dive deeper into is preparation for the second pregnancy. As you guys know, we went through a miscarriage last year in July 2023. So we will consider this our second pregnancy because I feel that even though it was a bit early, well, it's to each his own. For us, it was a pregnancy and it was really, really tough, especially I feel like on me, on like emotionally lah, not really physically. And my body changed a lot and my mind changed a lot also. So the very first question that a lot of people have been wondering is how did I overcome this like trying to conceive journey lah. So I just want to say, if you ask me, did I really overcome it? Answer will be no. Did I really not stress over it? The answer is also no. So the thing is, up until the time we conceived Lyongi, I felt like I wasn't not stressed about it. I was still equally stressed. It's just that I was just trying to manage my emotions and my mental like health at that time. Yes, as time passed, I feel like as time passed, it's not like it's easier because this is another month that you don't have a baby. So I feel very like lousy about myself and stuff like that. And I feel like also Naughty can share later, but on his part, it was very stressful also for him because he feel like he cannot do anything. I don't have the right answers to telling you guys how to overcome this journey, but all I can say is if you are going through it now and you have to go through it, just trust that your body was made to do this thing, like to be pregnant, to conceive. And also, I felt like my most experience was I let my mind sort of take over too much. So if you sort of control your mind a bit, because everybody always talk about like, you know, controlling your mind and trying to discipline yourself, try not to like get too deep into like, oh, you know, researching like why you cannot get pregnant and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's hard. It's very hard because of the information that is so widespread in our world these days. However, it's not gonna help. Like I heard so many videos telling me it's not gonna help, but I still search it. So here I am to remind you again, it's not gonna help. Just try to work on yourself first and don't rush yourself, okay? That is from my part of telling you guys what I did to overcome TTC. However, there was practical parts of it because there's some people who also ask like, oh, did me or Naughty do something different throughout this journey? So
I don't think I did something very special. I think the most we did is just taking like some very basic multivitamins, which I don't think it changed a lot of things.
Actually, I'm not sure, but
I don't think it really does. For me, I think I just take multivitamin and arginine or zinc maybe at most. I think that's are the three. And I mean, there are some days I take ginseng, but even before pregnancy there was a time that I sometimes will take it just to, you know, as a supplement. It's not like something special. So I didn't do something special for that. Other than that, yes, we did checking through doctor. So it's like, are we normal? Are we having any issues? You know, we just need to make sure that there's no problem. So we did that, but we didn't do like some special things from the doctor. The doctor never really gave us like some secret spicy, advice. The doctor just say don't stress, which is more stressful
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So that's the only thing the doctor say. But throughout the journey, after the first miscarriage, we did more checking. Then after that, she did like a small polyps removal. But even the doctor say it won't actually really affect the pregnancy, just that it will make a smoother journey because let's say you conceive the baby, but because of the polyp it might bleed, then it confuses the doctor. Is it like the baby bleeding or is just the polyps gets bleeding? That's it. We didn't do really much. We just waited for 1 year and plus, just keep trying. Oh, one thing is I believe this is very important is that, so on the month that we did, I remember that we only did 2 times. We only did 2 times, but the date that we do was the date that the doctor suggests us to do. But the date wasn't just according to the menstrual date, but she put it like camera. She uses a camera to see the size of the ovary. So she say if it's 15 millimeters to 20 millimeters is the time on the peak. So you have to do today and the day after. I remember. So she saw
homework like that.
Yeah, she saw through the camera and tell us the date. So we really did only 2 times, but we get it. So I believe like if you really keep doing a lot of like ovulation, this and that, I think going to the doctor and seeing through the camera will be the most accurate.
I think that could have been it also, because I feel like by hearing this, if you have been trying very long already, of course you feel like okay, maybe it's a time to go to doctor. But if you haven't tried before and you're thinking whether you want to do ovulation tracking, that's up to you also, because I feel like ovulation tracking is 1 step before the doctor, and I understand that it's easier of course like to go to the doctor and check everything and you don't have to spend money and stuff. But then sometimes, as women, we think like, God, so hard man, this kind of thing. We trust our body like too much, or the world and the how they say like how easy it is to get a baby too much, that we feel like, oh, actually we don't really need this kind of thing. Ovulation is going to work, and there's so many reviews talking about how ovulation tracking works. However, I also wanted to just add on that ovulation tracking I have been doing up until the first pregnancy. Then after that, I think it gave me too much stress. Then because it gave me and him too much stress, I felt like I just do whenever I feel like, or when we don't have so much stress about it. Because ovulation tracking is like you have to like fast for 2 hours before you do the urine. You have to do 7 days, and it becomes a very stressful homework, I feel. To us, it's not that I don't want to say it's not accurate. Of course, there's some science in it, and yes, there's peak and stuff like that. However, for us, the thing that worked wasn't the ovulation tracker. It was going to the doctor. And a lot of people also ask me like, oh, how long do you guys wait until going to the doctor? So basically, after first miscarriage, I felt like, oh, maybe I will have like, straight away I will get pregnant again, because there's some people around naughty that straight away after the miscarriage, the next month they got pregnant without period. So I thought that would happen to me, but it didn't. So I think we waited until September end. September end, then we go and see doctor again. October already, then we found out, oh, got polyps. Then straight away we decided to do surgery. Then we only kind of fully recover like November, because we needed to take a break and stuff like that, right? Yeah. So if you ask me, I think we waited about 3 months after the miscarriage before we go to the doctor lah.
I remember the last date, the last time we go to the doctor for the dates, she even told us that because you guys been trying for a year and you are young, if this doesn't work, she will refer us to the
She say in Korea, if you've been trying for a year already and it doesn't work, they will consider you non-in. Non-in means that like it's difficult for you to get pregnant. Nan is like 很难, like difficult. Im is imshin, the pregnancy part of it. So if after 3 trials, it was very hard for me to start the first trial, because I felt like I don't want to fall in that category. I believe it's the same for every woman that's watching this video. And we had a lot of like discussion about it, because I was not very comfortable with it. But in the end, we decided to go with it only because I felt like, I don't want to wait anymore and stuff like that. And like I said, I wanted dragon baby also and stuff. After 3 tries, if it didn't work, we will be referred there. Because before that, actually Naughty wanted to just go there and check already, but I was like, okay, I think I'm not ready for that. So we decided to work with the doctor that I've been comfortable with, which is the same doctor that removed the polyps in me. And lo and behold, we didn't know it will work the first time. I remember she took out the calendar, she was like, you have to do 3, 5, 7, then my ovulation 8, kind of thing. Like but it was the first time we had a verdict of the date that we have to do.
That's why it's so accurate, I feel.
But I'm not trying to, we're also not trying to say that you do that means it will work. This kind of thing is very difficult.
But that's the thing, because it works for us, that become a very strong belief to me. Because for some people, they do it in some certain way and it become a very strong belief for them.
So it's just different. And also the other thing is I did acupuncture also. Like I did before that in January, I started doing acupuncture and I started to eat Korean traditional medicine for 1 month. And actually the doctor also say, oh, this kind of thing, after 3 months then it will work. But I did the traditional medicine and the ovulation thing by the doctor together at the same time.
But the traditional medicine is not to do like some kind of medication.
It's not for pregnancy. It's because I felt like, oh, you know, cause my mom is a very big belief of traditional Chinese medicine, and I've been taking a lot of Chinese medicine since young. So ever since the last miscarriage, I felt like I haven't really taken care of my body, and I really wanted to take care of my body properly to prepare for the next pregnancy, and that's the reason why I went for Chinese traditional medicine. I felt better for my own conscience that I really wanted to protect and heal my body.
It's for your mental state, not for the body state actually. Physical.
I mean, that's what he believed, but like he has his belief and I also have my belief. So for me, I felt like both of it like came hand in hand. It's not I'm trying to say you have to spend the money, but it really depends on your history also. That was a very long talk, okay, but a lot of people also wanted to know how we're coping with this pregnancy. Firstly, for me, I felt like it's a very big change for us, and even up to today, I cannot call myself a mom or a dad yet. Like, it's still a bit weird, still. And for me, it's just like, yes, I can feel Lyongi's movement more, a lot more, and I can feel my stomach is so big, but it just feels like I'm gaining weight. And I can feel, of course, his presence and stuff, but every time he moves a lot, I feel like it's just, did I eat something wrong, you know, kind of, it's that kind of feeling. We have been trying to do our best to prepare. I don't know if we are very, very underprepared, you know, because like I joined group chat, right? A lot of people like, buy this already, buy that, set up the whole damn room already for the kid, but ours is still like a freaking storeroom.
It's still a garage.
We just, everything we get, we just dump inside. I haven't washed any clothes and stuff, and like I said, Lyongi is coming back 80 days if he fulfill the full 40 weeks. The only good thing that I can talk about this pregnancy is it's definitely a lot less stressful compared to the time when I'm trying to be pregnant, like mentally. Like I feel like when I was trying to become pregnant, there's always this sound in my head, there's very like annoying thing in my head behind me that keep telling me that, oh, but you're not pregnant now, you're not pregnant by myself. So it was very stressful for me every day just to wake up to know that I'm not pregnant, kind of thing. That was how stressful it is for me. But for me now, the only stress I have is my body stress, like physically tiring, nauseous that time and all this kind of stuff.
I think after pregnant we become more better in terms of relationship. I think we never fight though,
yeah, like we never fight cause of something, but it's just like,
of course sometimes I'll be annoyed why you don't do this, you know, this kind of very normal, but we don't have a big fight. I think before you get pregnant, she was very sensitive.
I was just like damn done with life, and I don't know, I was just very annoyed with everything.
So we didn't have any problem with it so far.
So a lot of people ask me also, what's the hardest part of pregnancy? I feel like the hardest part is just the nauseous. Then a lot of people say if your nauseous is bad, it means that the baby sticks very well or something like that. So I guess it's a give and take lah. So if I were to repeat again, of course I will not change anything. However, nauseous was really, really very hard. But more than that, I think stress-free is quite stress-free. How do you think you are coping with pregnancy?
I think we're doing fine.
Because this is the husband side, I'm talking about wife side.
I think we're doing fine, not much.
But do you feel like, sometimes the husband feel very underappreciated and stuff?
I don't feel that as much as what maybe I don't feel that at all. That's why I think we never quarrel. Luckily, she don't also have like a weird craving in the random time also. Like she don't suddenly tell me I want to eat something this or what. So yeah, I don't have any problem though.
Yeah,
I was very, very fine. But I will do whatever you ask to do also.
And he sleep very well like that. Like he don't have much stress lah. Basically, he still cannot grasp with the fact.
Stress.
He haven't not stress lah, but haven't grasped the fact that we're gonna have a little fella coming home and not leaving this house.
Yeah, I still cannot.
Yeah. Nowadays he touched my stomach when Lyongi like whack him like this, he very stressed. Not stressed, like he's a bit scared.
I'm a bit scared, yeah. I can feel the leg. Oh my god.
Okay. It's the second kind of level of the questions we want to answer. Now, the last part that we really want to talk about is actually the future of us, because a lot of people ask about like, oh, how you deal with like growing a mixed race baby and stuff like that. Even though we are not like both like very different races because we are still Asians, not like Caucasian and Asian. That was also really tough. I feel they have their own set of struggles, but doesn't mean Asian have no struggles because we are still different race, right?
I mean, to be honest, Korea and Singapore is a two different country, but at least a lot of similarities, like the living standard is quite similar.
And our base is still Confucius
both are
and all this
cities,
kind of thing.
so it's not very much different. So yes, we came from a two different background, but not that bad.
But a lot of people might be curious because Korea is still such a like big
very different
top
country,
team also in Singapore. So first and foremost, a lot of you have been asking me like, will we deliver in Singapore or Korea? So as of now, as of today, I just want to say that highly likely, 99%,
100%.
we will be delivering in Korea. It's because the cost here is a lot cheaper. I mean, a lot of people ask me like, hey, are you going back to Singapore to deliver? I mean, of course I have that right, but I don't see why I have to. I mean, it might be more comfortable. So I think by going back there, naughty, I don't know how, we don't have a house there.
Yeah, I think that's the issue actually, more than the cost.
How are we going to manage all this kind of thing? So it's going to be really hard. But the biggest factor right now is because we don't have a house and the cost. The cost of Singapore, I've heard from my friends, when you want to do like a C-section, it's almost like 20k, natural birth 10k. There's just a lot of cost that you have to pay, not only to stay, but for the doctor and then like the vitamins and stuff. Like here, vitamins and all that is free, which Naughty will elaborate later. And Naughty will tell you a little bit about how it's like to grow a baby here, like the maternity cost.
As you know, you are hearing from the most lowest birth rate country. Yeah, we are the top leading lowest birth rate country. So the government really trying hard to give a lot of subsidies. I'm not sure whether it will be applicable for those who stay in Korea as both foreigners. But I know that all the thing that I'm explaining now is given to any Korean and Korean plus foreigner mixed marriage couples. So for us, because we are mixed marriage couple, so we still get the same benefit as much as the normal Korean couple do. So firstly, that the moment you get pregnant, but firstly to get all this, you need the letters from the doctor that's saying that this is the statement that this person is pregnant. And using this, you can go to the government office. It will be a lot of government office. If you are Korean, actually is one stop. I mean, if the girl is the Korean, because you are Korean, you will be registered, you know, like kind of SingPass, and you can just log in straight to everything and it will be like automated. You don't have to, like, it's a hassle free. But for us, because I'm the Korean and she is Singaporean, we need to do one by one. Like every time there's this, we need to go here and there. But the moment she get pregnant, we get 1K voucher. I will call it voucher because it's not it's a cash, but it can only be used in a specific place for medication. So she can even use it for the traditional Korean medicine, for my own medicine. So anything for the medicine, we can pay with that, and it's given 1K. Maybe you guys might think it's not that much, but for the first trimester, I think every visit we do in a small hospital, we only spend about $5 to $8. Yeah. So I think first trimester, right, we only spend around maybe $50 to $60, and that's not even our money. And now I think after we move to the bigger hospital, there are like a lot more tested we do. Then now it's like quite a lot of money. Like every visit is $100. I know it's still $80. It still sounds cheap to you guys in Singapore, but yeah, but it's still free, and we still have left over $300.
400 plus, I think.
Yeah, and then secondly, because we stay in Seoul, we get subsidies of $700 from the Seoul government. So it's different city, you might get a different subsidies, but Seoul government, they give $700. It's a voucher you can do for, or you can use for transportation. So you can take KTX, taxi, a public bus, $700 for next 1 year. And with that, KTX also comes with a free upgrade. So whenever she take KTX now, her and plus one will get upgraded for free. So we can pay using the voucher, and with this voucher we can take a business KTX class, which is I don't think it's very big, but I mean it's better than normal seat for sure. And thirdly, because we stay in Sodemun area, we get cash $300. Yeah. Other than that, from Sodemun itself, they give a lot of medical checkup, like a quad test. It's a cheaper level of a NIPT. But through the quad test, it's actually pretty accurate.
About 80% accuracy.
It's
actually for the genetic disorder.
Yeah. But we decided not to take NIPT because if this say normal, you don't have a reason to do that, and it's free from the government. So that was free. After that, sugar level is what?
A gestational diabetes test.
What? This thing is also given free from our area. Then we're gonna get 2 free jab for TDEP. I'm not sure if you guys Singaporean do, but it's something that you need to get before you give birth in Korea. It's also given free by our place, +1, her and me. Other than that,
I think you can talk about like after born also. There's a lot of like.
After born, after you give birth, what is very sure for now is that I think you will get another voucher for the medication, 2K if I'm not wrong. 1K or 2K, I'm not sure because we haven't gotten it. And then per month we're gonna get, month 0 to 11 is 1K each, and then month 12 to 23 we get $500.
Every month?
Yeah, every month. So we get electricity discount for the wherever you stay for 20%, I think. I think 20%. And other than that, I think there will be a lot more things, but we haven't gotten it, so
yeah,
I'm not.
So that's for later, I guess.
Confident to say, because it might change. You know, it might be different.
Yeah, it depends on the policy also. But for now, that's what we know for next year.
Oh, and then you got the supplement also. The moment you get pregnant, you got the.
Yeah, all the vitamins here. I mean, here they don't take as much vitamins from what I know compared to Singapore, but most of the vitamins here are free, but they only provide firstly folic acid in your first trimester.
Iron.
Second trimester, third trimester they provide iron. Yeah.
Which is actually more than enough. So
yeah.
For me and Jeanette, we go a little bit minimalistic that I think we shouldn't be stressing ourselves, you know, we need to take A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So we're just trying to do the basic. That's why we don't even take NIPT. Then like recently they asked, do you want to take like a 3D pictures one more time? Then like
because we really did it once, and in Singapore I know if you want to take a 3D picture it's really expensive, but on that day with everything together we took with the 3D pictures, it cost about $100
$140 or
yeah. It wasn't that expensive, and it was like you have to do it. Like we didn't have a choice. Then we're like, okay, well, let's do it.
But different couple has a different preference. But for us, as long as we don't really need it, we try to not take it. Because what's the point if we try to give the best, but we are very stressful for it? I don't think it's good for anyone. So.
And then also vitamins wise, I never I have prenatal vitamins, but I only take it when I can, because I still have trouble swallowing pills, I feel. After the nausea, the trauma and all that, like sometimes when I don't swallow a pill, it takes me a lot of time, and sometimes I gag a lot, and I don't really want to go through that feeling. So I just, trust my body to, do what it's supposed to lah.
Simply saying, I think so far, week 28, to be honest, we haven't spent our own cash for it. That's what I think we can
so
say.
far.
Yeah, we haven't spent our single money for this.
Yeah, so I think if you are hearing this, I'm sure you guys will be like, oh yeah, of course, give birth in Korea lah. What you're talking about?
More than that, to give birth here, deliver, I don't think it will exceed 3K.
Oh yes, the delivery cost, right? I feel that if you are doing natural delivery and your body allows natural delivery, highly likely it will be really cheap, maybe like $300.
Is it?
That's what I searched. A lot of people say though on the
that's the thing, I'm not sure because it's different hospital, different situation, different class of the room.
So
I'm not.
But it will not exceed 1K if you do natural delivery.
Yeah, maybe.
Highly likely it will not exceed 1K.
Around 1K should be okay.
Yeah, about 1K. And then if you do C-section, it's just double, 2K.
Maybe, yeah.
So basically, it will not burn a hole in your pocket. And then you might be wondering how come people don't want to give birth here. So that will be another topic in itself. Okay, so the second last one that I sort of wanted to address is a lot of people ask whether we'll be raising Lyongi in Singapore. Actually, we didn't think so much about it until this trimester, like towards the end of this trimester. I think because it's getting more real for us that Lyongi, firstly, he's a boy, right? So we might have some concerns with that, and we don't really know. It's not like we must stay in Korea. However, we think that it really depends on like our income. Of course, we do want to stay here. We also do want to stay in Singapore somehow. Like give him a
chance to
both world kind of thing.
Both.
Sekali he say I want to go USA, then I'm like,
I cannot afford it. I'm sorry, too expensive. Dollar.
Then we will be lost. But so far, what we discussed is actually it depends on where we are earning the money and how we're gonna earn the money, which is very practical. I feel like for every parent. And then also I think depends on the number of kids that we want to have. Cause we never really thought of just having one. That's for now. I don't know whether my body can do it. After this experience, will it be traumatic and stuff like that. But I think if we have more kids, we might change also our thought. If we only have Lyongi, the thought also might change, kind of thing. Yeah. And then it also depends on housing here, housing there. So there's a lot of factors in place. So we cannot really answer. But I feel like our biggest concern is because Lyongi is a boy, he must serve
army,
national service.
Either here or there.
Yeah, in Singapore or Korea. So that's like our biggest question mark right now, and we cannot decide at all because a lot of people have been telling me, some mothers that I know that live here and have mixed race kid, And if it's a boy, they'll be like, oh, you know, you want to take the Korean passport first, don't take the Singapore passport. But then I also feel like I also want my child to have a Singapore passport. So he also not against that, you know, don't want Singapore passport. So we are just very, very lost. Right?
But nothing is fixed.
Yeah. I feel like nothing will be fixed until he come out and all that. But I think
it's still 20 more years, guys.
yeah, it's just so hard to decide. And the thing is, I feel like taking a citizenship and after that renouncing a citizenship, whether it is in Singapore or Korea, it's not like an easy decision to make, especially
but to be honest,
as a parent.
It's not that difficult also actually, because from his perspective, right, both are okay.
Equally, yeah.
It's not like
we are thankful for that.
It's not like, you know, it's not like that much. So
yeah.
What he thinks also matters by that time, because he will be
true.
18, 19.
Because anyway, if he decided to renounce one of it, it's just he will have to live in a foreigner in another country, which we both have done in either country. So it's not gonna be like a big
it's not like you
hurdle
cut.
lah.
It's not like you cut with, you know, fully
Yeah.
one side.
So it's just the army thing, I guess. It's just the army
But
thing.
this one, don't take it serious, guys, because we also don't know. So
Yeah, we also don't really know, but I guess that's the thing that a lot of people want to know.
Yeah.
But of course, our wish is we can sort of grow him
in the best
like
place.
by, how do I say, nationally.
Oh, like both.
Yeah, that would be the best, of course.
Yeah.
Who will get this kind of experience, right? The last part that a lot of people have been asking is confinement. How am I going to do confinement? So, regarding this part, I will share it in another video.
It's too much
because we came to the end of this Q&A video. I hope I addressed as many questions as you guys asked and you are curious about. I'm sure that after this you might ask a lot more questions. I will try very hard to answer them in the comments, or if you have anything more to ask. But I think to conclude this video, I just wanted to say that our heart still goes out to those who are still in the process of trying to conceive. We know how hard of a journey it is. I mean, obviously those who have to go through IUI and IVF have it even harder because they have to go through the physical pain of like having needles and pipes in your body, which we thankfully did not have. However, I just wanted to remind you guys that it's not an easy journey, and I wish that if you haven't started yet and you are trying to start, don't put so much expectation on yourself, because I put a very, very high expectation of myself of one shot, one goal, and because I didn't hit it every single month, it just was very, very agonizing for me. And I felt like it wasn't just agonizing for me. I think on Naughty's part also, I felt like he also was stressed through that. He also thinking, actually it's okay one, if 6 months don't have, but because I keep talking about it, he was like, hey, why cannot? He also think a lot about it. Whether you are there yet, you're not there yet, or you have been there, we hope we can be like a big support to all of you who are going through this journey. And I really hope that, you know, if you don't give up, the only thing I remember he said to me was, if you don't give up, it means that
the game, you haven't lost the game.
Yeah, you haven't lost the game yet. Means, I mean, not that it's a game, but it means that there is still a chance if you don't give up. It's just a bit like we also think to ourselves, if we do IVF, if we keep doing IVF, somehow maybe it will work.
Yeah, so it's just like, don't stop means you are trying.
Yeah, so
that's what you need to do.
I feel like it's hard to hear this and of course practice it, because for me it took very, very long also. But I think for me the most important part was just taking one day at a time. If that day is a shitty day, it's okay, maybe tomorrow will be better. If that day is still a shitty day, maybe next day will be better. So just live day by day. It might feel very lousy and very disgusting, but I feel that that's the only way to survive. Because anyway, I can't bring myself to kill myself, right? Because I'm too scared. Then I still want to have a kid. So if you keep persevering, one day your angel baby will find you.
But please listen to the doctor first, because they are the expertise more than us. Don't just because we say this, you take us like 100%, like, you know.
Oh yeah, true.
Consult to the doctor more than
Yes. We are not expertise, yeah. Okay, we just want to share this is our experience. So any other advice?
Just hang on. It's the hardest thing. Just hang on. And I think if you are trying to have kid, I think don't try to, you know, like plan it like you are ordering something from Shopee, it will come on what time. Important. So if you don't mind to have kid, or like you are planning to have kid, I think just try. I know it might come too early, but better than don't know when
not
it's
late
gonna come.
Yeah. I think
in our personal opinion.
Yeah,
because
when you expect it too much, you
again,
problem.
You won't feel it if you don't go through. So it's actually pointless, whatever I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have to go through and you'll know.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any more questions, please leave it in my comment section down below, and please look forward to more videos that we have. And the birth of Lyongi in another 2 months ish.
Three.
Three
Two and
is,
a half.
yeah, 2.5. But 2.5 is if he finished the full 80
2
days.
months.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.
Bye bye.